Good afternoon, everyone. Hello and welcome. I'm your host and speaker, Harshit Garg, for Interview Preparation Workshop, second session, LinkedIn Revamping and Applying for Job. Thank you for joining us today as we discuss how to revamp your LinkedIn, as well as how to find jobs on LinkedIn. Before starting the session, I would like to take a couple of minutes to tell you about Aspire. Aspire is a one-stop solution for aspirants of various professional qualifications. We cater to aspirants of 7 courses, which are CA, CFA, CS, CMA, CPA, FRM, and ACCA. Aspire provide help to aspirants in two ways: data, information, and services. So information on our website is curated in a way that helps students in preparation in a holistic manner, from eligibility criteria to all about the course. The future opportunities available as well teachers to be selected, the revision links from YouTube that can be referred to study and the mock papers that can be attempted are available on website. We have numerous blogs which help and provide guidance in our study, planning, as well as in planning your revisions. Our services include one-on-one mentorship. We have a team of 40 mentors who have passed the same journey as yours with flying colors. Our minimal charges on one-on-one mentorship ensures and provides guidance, whether it is related to what career is best for you, or how you should proceed with the course of studies, or how to deal with failure and disappointments. Webinar and workshop programs. We conduct various webinars on key topics which are free of cost. Our webinars, our workshops like the interview combo workshop happen periodically and are there to bridge the gap of knowledge and information. Our YouTube channel has all these webinars and workshops recorded and uploaded in case you miss them. As well as we are starting a podcast in the month of March, wherein you will get various speakers talk about their journey and struggles they came across and how they overcame each one of them to be successful. You can visit our website to know more about us. Speaking about LinkedIn revamping session, this is the second session of a series of 9 sessions where we will be preparing in a wholesome manner to give your articleship interviews. The webinars are free of cost and will be conducted on Saturdays and Sundays at 12 o'clock. To stay updated, you can join using the registration link, as well as you can join a WhatsApp group to get daily updates. All through the webinars are free of cost in case you want to avail our after services such as CV reviewing, LinkedIn reviewing, access to our ebooks, which has plethora of questions from frequently asked HR questions, audit questions, tax questions, as well as their questions along with what to study and how to study for interview. We will also try to help you get referrals in big six firms. Along with our vast various services, certificate of participation will be given to those who avail our paid workshop for just 500 rupees. To avail the same, you can drop in a message or you can fill the form. And to ensure that we are assisting you the best we can on the topic, we will hold a doubt session to answer questions. Feel free to ask anything about the topic or share your problems and experiences. We'll respond to your questions by the end of each guest session. I will be reading out your questions so that we can respond to them at the end of presentation. So, without any further delay, let me present you the experts for the session. Our first speaker is CA Kaynat Khan, who is currently employed in a consulting firm. Our second speaker is CA Charan, who is currently employed with an IT service management company. Uh, I'll be introducing to the first to the CA Charan. So CA Charan is a CA by profession and a CMA finalist working at Standard Chartered GBS Bangalore. He did his industrial training at Indolor Corporation Limited. He's a LinkedIn content creator with 20,000 followers. Mentoring students has always been his passion. He's a passionate public speaker, which has made him present at various national CA student conferences and International Conference 2022 during his CA student journey. He has also secured AIR 1 in CMA Foundation and AIR 12 in CMA Inter as well. Our second speaker is CA Kainat Khan. She is from Mumbai, Maharashtra. She has qualified as a chartered accountant in November 2022. She had completed her BCom from Saidanam College of Commerce and Economics, Mumbai. She is a passionate writer and an avid reader. She is also an educated Robin Hood Army where she volunteers and teaches underprivileged kids. Now I would like Kainat Khan to take over.
Hi, thank you, Team Aspire, for the introduction. And good afternoon, everybody. I hope you all are doing absolutely fine. So, before beginning the session, I would want each one of you to keep a pen and a paper handy and note down the points during the session. And if you have any queries arising during the session, please just note it down and you can ask us towards the end of the session in a doubts session. And also the agenda for today is that for today's session is that first we'll be briefing about you about the LinkedIn profile, how to create or update the profile, and then how and what to post and how to engage via LinkedIn. Then the tips for the same, then some do's and don'ts of the LinkedIn profile, and then we'll be having a comparison between LinkedIn and resume. So the most important thing is the profile photo. You should get a professional photo clicked and preferably with a wide background because the same will be helpful for applying for jobs and all also. So wide background is preferred. If not, but at least it should be professional. Do not put your photos similar to your WhatsApp DP or your Instagram. That doesn't look professional. Then next is cover photo. Okay, so cover photo is like a background photo which says something about you when someone is visiting your profile. So make sure the photo is also decent. It is telling something about you. And if you're not sure what to put as a cover photo, put some motivational quote as a cover photo. Also, you can, I think, go to that canva.com and customize a background as per your choice, but should be decent enough. It shouldn't be with flashy colors or something. Keep it subtle. Next is LinkedIn URL. Why this is important? Because nowadays it has become essential also to keep your LinkedIn URL in your resume. So sometimes the LinkedIn URL is too big to fit in your resume. So and the I think top right corner of the LinkedIn you have an option to edit your LinkedIn URL. So using that you can just cut short unnecessary numbers or alphabets for the same to make it concise. Then comes the name. I'm assuming most of the audience over here is are CA aspirants only. So, or they will be becoming future chartered accountants. Yes, obviously. So the name also should be decent. Decent, I mean, you shouldn't put chartered accountant in front of your name if you haven't applied for the membership or not got the membership. Instead, below your name, you can mention chartered accountant, and besides your name, you can mention the attempt in which you cleared. So why this is important? Because when HR or recruiters are visiting your LinkedIn profiles, they know that you have qualified in this attempt because they have this criteria that they have to recruit freshers or experience. So your name itself will depict the same. Then comes the headline. I think I have covered the headline also in the name part only. Why headline? Putting headline is essential because when recruiters or people they search on LinkedIn, they'll put simply chartered accountant. For example, they want fresher chartered accountants who have qualified in November 22. So if they are putting chartered accountant November 22, your name will be shown. And but if you have not put a decent headline or you have not mentioned your attempt, you won't be seen in their list. Okay. Arshit, next slide. Okay, yeah. Creator mode is very important. You should turn on your creator mode. I think it is there below your profile only, the creator mode. Go into that creator mode and put it as a turn on creator mode. Okay, yeah. You have an option to put 5 important topics under the creator mode. This will help the recruiter to know that what post you are going to post or your likings they'll understand. Uh, then yeah. Also before creator mode, your profile looks like connect, message, and more. But after creator mode, it shows follow. So your followers will be shown to the audience, to the public, that you have so many followers. And yeah, and then we have contact information. So in the contact information, the most important thing is your email ID because that is how people are going to reach you. So make sure you have a decent professional email ID. Don't put anything like people put cool or some weird names are used also. I've seen such emails. So don't put, just put your name, if you want to put your last name or some numbers, and it should be decent so that people, they know that this is a correct email ID to reach this person. Then if you have any website of your own, like if you write you like posting blogs or something, if you have created any website, just give the link also of the same. And I would suggest that, make a website, something or the other you post, because this is going to be a differentiator, that yes, the recruiter or the HR will come to know that this person is like into writing, or this person is a bit different from other candidates. So yes, that is about contact. Then resume. Okay. So in LinkedIn, you have an option to upload your own resume also. So make sure you have a resume ready, uploaded, because sometimes what happens is the HR or the recruiter, they directly forward your profile to the manager or some concerned person. So if there's a resume, updated resume put in, it will be easier for them to shortlist you. Then comes one of the most important part of a LinkedIn profile, is the section on profile, which includes details about your education, about your employment, about your skills, about your achievements, what you have done. So firstly, in the education, make sure you put your education qualification in a reverse chronological order. Like if you have completed your chartered accountancy in 2022, so put that. And then you had completed your graduation in 2021. Likewise, your standard 12th, your 10th standard, accordingly put your education. And also during your education, for example, in your school you were into sports or something, you played state level, or you took part in debate competition for inter school, intra school, whatever it is, try mentioning the activities also. And also, if your percentages are good, mention your percentage score also in the resume. Same for if you have during a chartered accountancy, if you have participated in institutes competition and all, put that also. It will give you an added benefit over others. Then the position, it means where you were employed or you are currently employed. Firstly, you have to put your articles experience in the same. Put the firm name, the location, the period for which you were employed, and for jobs, if you have done post your articleship, mention those also, and the position for which you were employed, the designation, mention it. Yeah, now next comes the skills. So if you have any differentiating skills, please mention those also. Then if you have done any volunteering experience so far, mention that also. And I would want, if you have not done any volunteering and you are still a CA candidate, like aspirant, I would suggest that please engage into volunteering experience, because this is one way to showcase that you care about social cause and you want to give back to the society. So this enhances your personality also. So try involving. There are so many, like there's Robin Hood. There are Rotary clubs also. Then there are local NGOs also. So that is one thing. Then honors and awards. If you have been awarded anything, then mention that also. Next comes the language, like languages in which you are proficient or fluent, or if you are learning some new language, mention that also. Then projects, yes, if you have undertaken any major projects during your articleship or your school days, so mention that also. So I think that was a brief about how to start with the LinkedIn profile. And now I think Sai Charan will take over. Over to you, Sai.
Uh, Thank you so much, Aspirating, for the introduction and giving me the opportunity to share regarding LinkedIn. And thank you, Kaynat, for taking up the profile part. And I think in the profile there are like extra 3 to 4 points to add. So I will just cover up them overall, and then I will go to the post. So as he shared regarding the contact information. So you can mention the contact like website or something, or I have mentioned the mentorship link, like people can reach me out. So that thing, and then in the creator mode, the 5 hashtags which we shared, they are right. So you can mention like the content which you are creating, the most relevant hashtags which you use generally in each of your posts. So try to incorporate them there. Like it brings up the impression that this person speaks on these topics most relevantly. So that's regarding the hashtags and the about section, which is very very important. The about section, you need to write about yourself in the way of present, past, and future. So go in that way: present, past, and future. So mention the current position, what you did earlier, and then your future goals at the end. And then regarding the skills, yes, you need to add upon your skills and try to take endorsements also from your friends, that you are, it's not like you just say about yourself. You try to take the recommendation from others also, that this person is efficient in this particular part, like public speaking or excel or something, anything. And then the test scores also you can add in your profile, like whatever scores you have had during your academic journey right from childhood, you can add them also in your profile. So these were the things to add upon in profile. And now we'll go into posts. So these days, LinkedIn, I think, is all about branding yourself. It's the self branding, and I think I can relate to myself as before LinkedIn and after LinkedIn. And like even after entering into LinkedIn, I started LinkedIn from 2018, but I started writing from 2021 consistently. So over 2 years, it has been like I have been writing. So LinkedIn journey actually starts when you start writing. So before that, you will be just having a profile which you open for a lot of days. You won't be doing anything. You just have a name. That's it. So once you start writing, you will understand a lot of things, like what actually happens, and you need to brainstorm what you need to write. So most people ask like the same question: what do we actually write? Like, I have nothing to write. They simply say, but there is actually a lot to write if you focus on yourself and you start building yourself. Once you start building yourself, your LinkedIn profile automatically builds. That's actually the correlation which goes on. So first, invest in yourself, then you will be able to invest then you will be able to spread your knowledge so that others also get invested. So initially, the first types of posts are achievement posts. When you participate in something, you win, and then you post, you show that people your success. So that's the basic thing which you can always post. And then that also comes by participating more in the competitions which you have. And then comes the sharing knowledge post. It's like you get the knowledge in your life and you try to pass it on to others. It's like recently I started writing regarding the CA final subjects and all those things. So regarding industrial training, I started writing. So you pass on the knowledge to them, like what actually needs to be done. There would be many doubts regarding the knowledge part also. So you can pass on your knowledge to your juniors or the followers. And then sharing experiences and incidents happening around you. This is a basic thing, like which I need to say. You should be always in a moment. Like you should always keep your presence of mind on, so that whatever comes to you in your life or whatever is happening around you, it might be news or something anywhere. It might be a small situation where you just come across and you need to, and it clicks on your mind that yes, we can post this particular thing on LinkedIn so that others also might get to know, and they will also get inspired or something. It will be very useful. So you can post on this. So you need to always keep your mind on that. Yes, I need to grab something so that I can post. This comes over a period of time. This doesn't come initially. When you start writing more and more, then you understand that yes, this can also be posted. So keep your like presence of mind on, and then you are educating your success. Yes, you win, you get success, but I think success doesn't have a meaning if you don't make others successful with your success. So I believe like you need to pass on the success also. It's like I participated in national conferences. I also told to people how to participate and how to make papers or something. So you need to educate your success, which will which actually brings you a lot of how to say, a lot of connections. Like people find you resourceful through your posts. Like yes, there is something resourceful from this person, so they associate with you. So educating your success uh, comes through this. And these are the four different types of posts which I believe. And then these days the tweets are also going, like the catchy tweets or something. So those can also be done. But I don't believe like that has to be done every time. So try to be resourceful more, and then in between you can write all these tweets and all. So kindly go to the next slide. So how will you start initially? Initially, you can't just go and write. You need to show people that you are engaging. You are just not having a profile. So how do you engage? You start reading, and then you start commenting on others people post. Then people will know that yes, this person has read my post and he has acknowledged it and he has appreciated it also. Okay, people will definitely but like it, your name will definitely get clicked in their minds once you start commenting regularly. Yes, this guy has always acknowledged, and when you post, then people will also comment on your post. So it goes two ways. So engaging always goes two ways. When you give them, they will also reach out to you. So keep commenting, and don't just comment like for the sake of commenting. Make it meaningful, like yes, it had added value. And you won't believe, sometimes comments has lot of likes. Like people do read comments also. When the post is insightful, they go into the comment section, like what people had replied, and then if they find your comment very meaningful, and then they will also connect with you. So commenting comes first, then the engagement starts, and then the connections. I think most of them know or might not know. So you can send 100 connections every week. So see what consistency does to you. If you send 100 connections every week over an year, how many connections can you make? You can make almost 5,000 connections. So that's the number you can make in a year. So try sending, and the recommendations which you get from your profile actually depends more on your headline. So whatever headline you keep, you get recommendations mostly on that only. So work on it. Increase the impression of your headline, then you will get more connections, more different types of connections. But you send 100, but how many you receive is the which show that thing shows you how many connections you receive. That thing shows your engagement, like how much you are engaging. The more you engage, the more people recognize you and send you the connection request. So it always depends on engaging and posting. So this is the thing about connections. I will get on job alert at the end, so let me cover the rest of the points. Like Indian Oil experience. So when as I said in the beginning, LinkedIn is always about self branding, and people will definitely recognize you. And I have experienced this two times. So Indian Oil was at industrial training, and now when I entered into Standard Chartered, what happened was the first day which I joined. So I always had the habit of, like, whenever I enter into an organization, I started connecting with the people before I joined. Like who are like they are working there, they are only employees of my department or the managers or something. So I tried to connect with them early before I joined in the LinkedIn, and then I have sent the uh, connection request to my deputy general manager, and he was the finance head. So when on the day one when I met him, like all the five trainees we met, so he, like the four trainees, they have introduced themselves. So when my turn came, I just said my name, and he told me that yes, I saw you on LinkedIn. At that point of time I had almost 5,000 connections. So he directly said that yes, I went through your profile, I know about you, don't need to introduce yourself. So that much impact it makes. LinkedIn has a lot of impact, and he directly opened my profile then and there itself in his desktop. So work on it and take it very seriously. LinkedIn in the professional sector, it helps you in every way. And then in Standard Chartered also, the same thing happened. My vice president, who was there in my time, so he also said the same thing. So I had connected. He's the only person to who I am connected before he joined. So it actually makes a lot of impact. And then the LinkedIn URL you make, you need to mention it in your CV. So what happens is, once you mention it in your CV, people will go through your profile, and then they will definitely click on it if they have time. They will definitely click on it, and then they will go through your profile. So if they find you that you have just made your profile just for namesake or LinkedIn, it will impact your impression. So start engaging. If it shows something that in your activity, if it shows something that you have commented, you have liked, you have been engaging regularly on LinkedIn, it shows that okay, this guy is consistent on LinkedIn. So it actually creates an impact. So just not just mentioning LinkedIn URL, you need to take care that after clicking on your URL, it increases your impression. You are more than your CV. That impression works a lot. Okay. And then while sending to someone, this thing I have experienced myself. Like initially I did this mistake, like I wanted articleship for CMA, so and then I just sent it directly, like just a message, my resume, direct message to whoever was a CMA at that point of time. I didn't knew about all those things, but one person, like, he told me that you shouldn't do this, you should always initiate a small talk, and then you need to ask whatever you want to ask. Okay, you should never send a resume directly, it actually degrades your impression. Okay, so don't commit that mistake when you are trying for referrals or trying for job or something. And then coming to the job alert, which is very 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 important. So I got industrial training through LinkedIn only. But how did I got? I applied, like, the recruiters, they will post the vacancy, and then as you will be having below your profile, you will be having two options: open to profiles or hire to profiles. Hire is for recruiters, open to is for you. You will keep your job alert open for a particular title, like you are a post qualified, like after post qualification you will be keeping your title as CA or chartered accountant or anything. And for industrial training, you will be keeping CA industrial trainee or CMA industrial trainee or anything. So based on that title, you will be getting the recommendations or notifications that this vacancy has been posted by this particular recruiter. So that actually plays a very important role, and then you will get regularly, like, whatever notifications you get. But what happens is, you post through LinkedIn, so you get the notification, and then you will be having the apply option. You will apply, and then you will upload your resume. So once you upload your resume, the recruiter is also on LinkedIn, you are also on LinkedIn, and then I think before he sees your resume, he sees your profile, because on LinkedIn he will be getting directly all the names, like whoever I have applied. So he'll be just clicking on each and every profiles, and then he might go to the resume part. So keep your profile very strong. It actually makes a lot of like lot of impact. And then for applying jobs, like, many people have asked me, like, how do you talk to the people, like how do you reach out to the company people? It's just very easy. Just type the company name, and then the company name. If you don't feel like you have connections from a certain company, or you have interview scheduled with that company, but you don't know how to crack the interview or how to get the idea, just go to, there might be people in your connection also, but if they are not there, you can go to the company page, and then below you'll be having the people option. Once you go to the people, and then you can filter accordingly. I go to people, and then I filter with the particular role or the location or the institute. I generally filter the first with Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, whoever have studied there. So they might be definitely CAs. And then I will go with the location part. Then I will eventually get the people to whom I should reach for an interview. So for all my interviews after becoming a CA, off campus or on campus, anything it might be, I spoke to the people who are actually working there, and then they gave me a lot of insights on how to get the interview. So this thing plays a lot of impression, the first impression, and then the job alert. So in this way, I always got the connections and got the insights, like, while applying for job. So this is the thing which I want to say about LinkedIn. Now over to Kaynat. You can speak about the do's and don'ts.
So do's and don'ts, mostly everything is covered, only just few more points. So as I said, the profile photo should be put in, and it should be professional also. So I've seen many profiles, they don't put a picture only. So most of the time I don't accept only such a connection request. So this is one impression, that people find you very lethargic, So your profile will be won't be noticed only at all. So put a picture. Picture is very important. Then you should add a summary, as Charan mentioned, that the about self should be very strong. This should be your elevator pitch. Like if anybody is going through a summary part, they should know why they should hire you or why they should connect with you. And overall, your LinkedIn profile should be very professional. All your posts and everything should be decent, subtle, and the coloring and all should also be simple only. It shouldn't be any flashy, any yellow, pink color. Keep it very subtle, light colors mostly. And don'ts, okay, so definitely you should not engage yourself any controversial topics which are critical also. And basically you should be very diplomatic. You shouldn't post anything which will hurt one group of people or one set of people. So please avoid posting such thing. Also, don't engage yourself in such posts. Don't comment, don't give negative comments which will bring controversy. So avoid that. And most people, they do this mistake of spamming people. They'll keep on sending messages that I want job or something. Like, don't do that. As Saicharan mentioned, first start with small talks, and then eventually you uh, just then you send your resume or ask for any reference and all. Don't just keep on sending messages again and again. And also avoid sending irrelevant messages. And most importantly, don't treat LinkedIn as your Instagram or Facebook. For that, you have Instagram and Facebook separately. So please do avoid this. Overall, you have to maintain your professionalism. You come from a you are a product of such an esteemed institute. So please maintain the same. Yes. So this is about do's and don'ts. So resume is a traditional way of applying for jobs. LinkedIn is a modern way. Resume being very traditional, it is tailored made, for one specific job. You have to customize your resume for the jobs you're applying. But LinkedIn is quite dynamic, and you can update your LinkedIn. You can keep on posting posts also on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is more modernized, I would say. But a resume and LinkedIn go hand in hand. So for a successful job search, you should have both updated and up to the mark. So that's it from my side.